Hello. Alright, invites are all sent out. I should try to do it as fast as I possibly could this time. So this morning there almost wasn't a stream, or should I say this afternoon, since now it's a little past 1, but I woke up like 10 minutes to 12 o'clock this morning. Even though I went to bed at like 1 a.m., I somehow slept way more than I intended to. Yeah. So anyways, I woke up and we did not have internet. And it took me a while to find out, because I was groggy when I first woke up, but they pretty much cut off our internet because someone forgot to pay our ISP, the ISP, our monthly bill, so I basically told them what I read, and they're like, oh, well, we're gonna call them then, so they got that fixed. Thankfully, the internet, like, all I'm good for is just making sure the internet is working here, but when it does not work, and if they message me that it's not working, then I have to look into it, and if it's money related, then it's their issue. So, that helps. Anyway, back to it.
I figured out a way to get us to Haiti.
All right.
The third member of the Fiendish Five was the infamous voodoo priestess, Ms. Ruby. Born into a family of mystics, other children found her scary. Teaching herself to summon the undead provided what few friends she had. A career in crime allowed an adult Ms. Ruby to punish the world for fearing her as a child. Chief mystic for the Fiendish Five, her powers allowed them to break both the laws of man and nature at the same time. Yet despite the whirlwind success of her youth, she managed to slip into obscurity. Last known sightings claim she headed out of civilization and deep into the Haitian jungle.
You don't believe in ghosts, do you?
Sure I do. My scanners have picked up verifiable paranormal activity. But that's not the problem. This swamp is oozing with disgusting mold and bacteria.
Suck it up, Bentley. We got work to do.
Well, all right then. Don't forget to use the new move you learned from Mugshot's section of the Thievius Raccoonus.
You mean the raccoon rail walk?
The roots and vines around here are perfect for that. All you gotta do is
Jump and hit the circle button.
especially where you see the bark has been worn away, and where it's super slick from icky slime and moss, you'll rail slide like a skater grinding pipe.
I'm liking it.
So, this is probably my least favorite episode in the game. Just because some of the levels really suck. Thankfully, we've got a little more than half of the sprint challenges done. So there's that. It's just a matter of getting them done. I did the math last night. There's 20 of the challenges in the game. We've got 11. So there's again, I did the math last night. 5 in this episode. Yeah. This was the one I think I forgot last time, so I made sure to get it this time. Because this level has an issue with backtrack. Second point. Notably, like, right up ahead. Yeah. Yep. Once you reach this point, you can't go back, so... So there's an achievement up ahead for taking all these guys out without getting alerted, like getting caught, or well, alerting guards.
That's Miss Ruby's lair. To get in, you'll need that key on top of the tiki pedestal in the guard compound. There's a bad mojo force field protecting it, so you'll have to destroy all 5 of the purple candles surrounding it.
No problem.
Don't get cocky or you'll end up with your head shrunk to the size of a pea. You've got to get past those voodoo guards, and I'm warning you, they're mean and they work like a team.
So do we, buddy.
So I'm going to use my mind here, just so I can take these guys out. Since if you get too close to them, they will be alerted, and I don't want that to happen and possibly void the trophy. So we're just going to throw down a few hats. A hat and crime. must have been the ghosts.
You've done it! The Mojo force field is down, and you can steal the key! Press the circle to enter the vault code. If I did my math right, and I always do my math right, then the combination has got to be 588. Electrified! Kelly McCooper's notes on how to harness the electromagnetic field created by a rolling raccoon. Now your raccoon roll move will really pack a punch. Plus, it should give you a nice tingling sensation.
Let's just get that one-time challenge out of the way. I think I'm gonna make it, but whatever. Wow, I did make it. It's a little ridiculous, actually. First try. I'm just gonna head back just so we can listen to the dev commentary. I'm unlocking it, so why not? As usual, I'm gonna mute.
I like the smart guard a lot. The who? I like the rodent, the big voodoo rat. For everyone who can't see Andrew, he's a dead ringer for the voodoo rodent.
It's a startling resemblance. I was scared when I first met Andrew. I actually hit him with a stick repeatedly. And I will again right now.
Ow. The voodoo rodent was one of the few in this world where I could actually sort of act out what I wanted him to do to any extent, and so he's the most humanoid, I guess. You act out all of your characters?
I act out, yeah. I find that I think I was saying this on one of the other levels, but I find that, and I make this mistake over and over again of thinking, oh, I know what this guy needs to do, and I just start animating and looking at it from the outside, and I find if I don't actually do the action myself and sort of feel what it feels like in the body and you know, make sure that the posture and the gestures all kind of feel right internally, then it's much more of a struggle to animate it. People say especially that the walk for this guy looks like something I would do. I don't think I really walk like that, but I did do that a lot during the week that I was animating him. And
You call them smart guards.
Yeah, the smart guards are that's kind of our internal sort of word for any of the guards that are the flashlight bearing guards that you really want to stay away from, and if they catch you, it's pretty much doomsday. So they're kind of an element of gameplay to really emphasize stealth and convince you that it's not okay just to randomly run through the world bashing things.
They're actually called smart because you can't evade them, or at least not easily without taking damage, so that every time you dealt with them, you had to be sneaky.
I think some of the repeatedly used pieces were really effective in this, like the way the huts, you have this sense that you're in this big village, and it's a few sort of simple pieces, you know, repeated and decorated with some smaller sort of elements around them, and I don't know, when you're down in and amongst them, it feels like it feels like a rich environment. It feels like you're in this, you know, little village of stone teepees.
It doesn't look like the same hut over and over again. They each look like they're their own individual hut. When I saw this game for the first time, after already having done the voices, I hadn't seen it when I did the voices, and I just had all these lines. Here is the actual visualization of everything that I had read in the script.
Alrighty. Even got another lucky charm. If I made it through without taking a hit, that would have been another life.
My paranormal scanner is maxing out on that structure.
A reading like that could only be coming off Ms. Ruby herself.
I think you're right, Sly. If you want to crack at Ms. Ruby, you're going to have to find a way inside that skull temple.
Yeah, so Ms. Ruby's a very big threat. As you could just hear, she's actually planning to take over Mexico. Well, you could say that Mugshot was pretty up there too, with him running everybody out of town. Or should I say city. He wasn't planning on taking over a country. Raleigh, I guess you could say that he was meh, if anything. Like, all he was doing was just piracy and shooting down things that came into his area. That's it. But still bad. Right, which one's this one? Great undertaking.
Sly, you'd better be on your guard here. My paranormal scanner shows this place is really haunted.
There's actually an achievement for killing 5 of these guards at once. I don't think it's possible just one of these gravestones, though.
Now that was very interesting. When you smash that gravestone, the ghost stops coming. It must be some kind of ghost generator. Maybe if you smash them all, you'd be safe.
The roll help me? No. Can they do anything to me? Okay, they can do things to me. Because I thought they would, like... I was wondering if it'd, like, just make me invincible against, like, everything they tried. Another shot. I was trying to take out 5 at once, but you can see that didn't really happen the way I wanted to. Oh, I also read something that actually happened with the decoy. I forgot this happened. But basically, to give you an idea of how things work, hang on, let me just take these ghosts so I don't have to... don't screw up things as I'm speaking. Okay, so how flashlight guards work, or quote-unquote the smart guards work, when they shoot a projectile, the projectile actually will follow you around, even if it doesn't quite make sense for it to. And when that happens, it's actually, yeah, it's got its own AI, to give you an idea of how that works internally. And if you throw down a decoy, if there's more projectiles in flight than just the one that destroys the decoy, what will happen is they'll all of a sudden turn tail and just come right towards you. Like, they know where you are. So, yeah, as cool as... I mean, the decoy isn't really a useful move in a sense anyway, at least I don't think it is. But just knowing that it'll actually just make it so it'll all automatically target you regardless. I don't think I'm going to be using it in any scenario with the guards. Particularly the flashlight ones. So. Smart there to jump over them, but no. I should have ate lunch before I did anything. I'm actually getting hungry. Whoops. Lucky Charm to help out. You know what I should use on the ghosts up ahead? Not these ones that are going to be coming through this cave, but the ones in that big area, the mine. If I can get them all to go over a mine, since the mine has a sized area effect, I could probably take 5 out at once. Weird. Not sure why I didn't get the trophy just then. That was literally like a bunch at once. Yeah, that area like we just did, that one can get pretty hairy. I remember having a lot of trouble with the area down there when I was little because of all the ghosts that swarm you at once. Funny enough, I have noticed some areas of the game that will spawn an extra life when you do have trouble with certain moments. But it's only like every once in a while they'll spawn one. Kind of makes me wonder if that's why we got a lot of those like extra lives to pop out of a few things in that one level from earlier in the game. Like there was the last level in episode 1 that I needed the sprint challenge on. I think it's because all the lives I spent doing that one, he threw me a bone with that. So yeah. Here, up to here. Yeah, that's right. So there's one level in this world that actually brought up the age rating for this game when it came out. And I think it's one of the ones that I can currently access on Station. We'll have to see. I'll have to see if I can find it. I mean, we're going to have to go through it anyway, so... Sure there's no more clues out here. Whoa. This time that jump. My tactic for when the ghosts start appearing like that is just to swing blindly. Doesn't always work, but it works a good amount of the time. The rest of the clues are over here. Okay, so I'm missing one. At least this level seems to be easy to backtrack on with me being able to just go right down there. You had to do somewhere like that, though. There's a lot of areas like that where they can just put them in the mangrove trees.
Press the circle to enter the vault code.
Hey, Ojo.
Okay, this is kind of a guess, but try 128. Ah, a more modern entry. Bruce O'Coop's computer hacking technique. Using the data on this page, I should be able to tap the duty roster at each hideout and project guard information into your binocucom.
So this is one of the more useless ones. When you use this, pretty much, and aim at a guard, it'll tell you, like, just, like, their name and stuff, and something, like, usually stupid or funny. Or both. But, there's now a trophy linked to it where if you basically scan 10 guards with it, you get, like, you'll get the achievement, but yeah. There was no point to this one, I think they just needed filler. Alright. One second. Sorry about that, I had to blow my nose. What's that? Yeah, alarms speed up a timer. Whoops. I need to restart when that happens because I don't want to lose lives. Ah. Some of these challenges really suck. Especially now that you can't use your lucky charm, you take that away from you. Oh. least the coins still do help in that sense, because if you do get killed, well, if you do collect enough coins during the sprint run, you will get a charm. Otherwise, all the charms that spawn in the level are removed. So that's like your only hope of getting some protection. Yeah, probably should restart that. That was my bad. I was getting caught. I was trying to cut corners. I didn't do it properly, so. Some extra coins for that. Well, at least I don't lose a life when I do that. That was my own fault. I'll just make this the level quickly. Preserve that life. Yeah, so I said it during yesterday's stream, or one of yesterday's streams, and I'll say it again this stream. There is a rewind feature, so if I make a mistake, I can just simply rewind, but I will not be doing that. I want to play this legit. It takes restraint, yeah. Restraint, but I can do it. I played this game for years without a rewind feature. I'm capable of doing it. This time that, I thought there was the one. I thought the ones that were on the edges just split up. So, yeah. Also, I want to point out how weird it is. They have the safe house music that play during this level. This time that. Some of these levels really suck. Thankfully, we're already more than halfway done with all of them, so it's not. Hopefully, it won't be so bad. So this isn't going to be, like, a good run, intentionally, unless I get up the coins, somehow I get up, and, like, get far enough with a lucky charm, but yeah. You can see I'm kind of not going my fastest on purpose. I wish I could just grab the rope from here. I can't. At least that was my furthest run so far. These coins for stuff do help. Good time. Nice. And that's how you do it. So that's 2 out of 3 for this world. Okay. I'm 2 out of 5 on it. But yeah. Oh shoot. I forgot to do one thing when I entered this world. Yeah, you can see what I mean by the stupid things they write. I'm gonna knock you calm now. I guess one good use for it is it lets you see guards from far away. Like, make it easier to know where they are. Since they'll pretty much denote their location.
Gomerville's inspired it's the first, when we were modeling, it was the first one for Voodoo, so it was really supposed to decide the style of architecture and land. And we spent a lot of time on the trees because we realized it was 1/3 of the whole level.
And I worked on the maps inspired by Kay Nielsen's paintings for, well, and specifically the 12 Dancing Princesses, old fairy tale from, I think, around the turn of the century. Kay Nielsen was also the person that inspired the scene in Fantasia with the real droopy trees, and it's got a real cathedral-like scene as the people are all moving through the trees with the candles. And it adds to the mysteriousness of this level.
The kind of original game mechanic for this level was just having NPCs that aren't just, you walk up and you hit them and you kill them. They're NPCs that are getting generated from something. You have to fight them down to get to their source and then take out their source. So that's where it started. And luckily, since we're in Voodoo, having them be ghosts makes a lot more sense than a lot of other NPCs. So once Andrew got in and did the modeling and animation of Travis's design for that round ghost, it really took off, because just having the fingers going while he's kind of chasing after you. I love the ghost in this level.
Yeah. And a lot of the great camera angles you see is not by the modeler, it's all by the game designer. And so it's really great to have. We really put a focus on getting great cameras from the get-go, and then I'll go in and compose, but it's really nice. We really lock them off and let me work with what the camera is, so we don't change any gameplay, and we just enhance the experience more by just sculpting.
Also, I think in the inspiration of a lot of the art style, I think Dev and Travis gathered a lot of research from all kinds of tribal original peoples' architecture and props, and the lanterns and the gourds and the ropes and the bones, and it's pretty much all organic, based on what you would have if you were living without a mill to mill your lumber with. And keeping it all organic is part of the fun of this one.
Yeah, we decided to make, instead of making a moss a buddy or having it be just a bitmap, we decided to model in and just make it puffy, which made it very toony.
The depth commentary as we go along. That one's up on the box. So the ghost enemies you can scan, I think, like with the Nocticom. The only problem is they only spawn. Maybe if I get far enough away enough. No. So they do turn invisible after a while. But they're still there. They only show up once they get close enough to you, it seems. We're all set with that level. No reason to go back to it. It's funny, the enjoys golf thing actually refers to like their taunt. They do when they hit you. Because they'll like throw down like a voodoo orb on the ground and then hit it with their staff like a golf club. Alright. I think I know which one's over there. And over there? sucks. Thankfully, there's no time trial with this one. So. Well, because the level is a time trial, I should say.
Sly, the only way to open up that voodoo gate is by lighting all 25 tiki torches with the flamethrower on your swamp skiff. Use the left analog stick to steer and press the X button to fire the flamethrower. Oh, and one more thing. You need fuel from the flamethrower, and the only source of oil are those piranha you see swimming around. Run them down with a boat. One fish fuels one shot. Hurry! You only have 2 minutes to get all the torches lit.
Okay, here we go. Shot. This last one. That happens to me a lot, where I can't find the last one. But at least I was able to do it very close that time, so that's the bright side. think I was going to make it there, but I did.
What's with this industrial strength voodoo gate? Miss Ruby must really be trying to keep something out.
Or maybe she's trying to keep something in.
I always screw up the bottles on this level. And there's a good reason why. It's very rare I'm able to get all the bottles in the same run. Especially since later in this level I do need to do something for it. An achievement. Which is only going to make things a little harder. It's funny that this is the only game that has clues on ropes. Well, let me rephrase, it's the only game in the series that has clue bottles on ropes. Every other game just has clue bottles, like, pretty much anywhere, like on the ground, not hanging in the air. This is the part. Let's see it. At least those bottles will stay broken. They don't respawn after you die. So. But the achievement here basically involves me jumping over all the candles. Before, I would always just hit them, but whatever. But since all the bottles are broken, I don't have to stop for anything. Slide be nimble, slide be quick.
Press the circle to enter the vault code. I had to overcome some personal demons to get the answer to this one. Try 444.
I already knew the code combination for this one, but it's kind of funny that this level's called the Lair of the Beast, and you have 3 repeating numbers for the save. It should have been 666.
These are the blueprints to Miss Ruby's production facility. I'll pipe this information into your binocucom. Use it to find breakables and clues nearby.
But I can see why they wouldn't have done the code like that, 666, like so blatant like that, because this is a kid's game after all. Set 4 keys, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. The time trial here. Forgot about those. Since most of this level consists of just running on things, and not a lot of, there's not really a lot of ground to roll on, it's probably just best that, like, I don't even need to equip the roll move. And speed of time now, just to make it so we can go through this a little faster. There's no point for the whole move here. That's one done.
One of the things that's sort of interesting about this level, it's the first one that actually has a big shot to open the level. As we were developing the product, this was the first game level
that we built that had that, yeah.
Yeah, so that there's a really low camera looking up at the gate to try and give the sense that there was something very large inside, and to kind of be imposing, like the gate in the original King Kong movie.
Right.
When they get off the boat, and there are all these natives who are sort of fearing the other side of the gate, trying to get that vibe across with this initial shot. Also, one of the sort of the design goals for the level was to focus on Sly's rail run move. So there are a lot of branches that you can jump on, and feeling pretty ninja-like as you can move on these surfaces that a normal person can't. So Sly, being upgraded to the point of near Master Thief, is able to traverse the treetops in this very cool kind of anime way.
Yeah, I always thought it was really cool how he moved sort of between using his hook and his feet, and doing regular landings and sliding and running uphill. It just feels like he covers a lot of different sort of modes and the way you move through it. And I remember, actually, before we had the control scheme worked out, you had to use different buttons to land with your feet and grab with your hook, and it would just explode your mind to try and play this level because you're trying to run away from this giant snake and still remember to hit the, circle for this and the square for that or whatever it was. But I just remember it being very sort of exhausting to play in its original control scheme.
Yeah, you really had to memorize the buttons.
How about the modeling on the trees? What were some of the challenges you faced?
Actually, going over poly budget was the biggest challenge, I think, because they're such cool, scary shapes. We wanted to get out of that, and to get the kind of gnarled branches that we wanted. It was easy to go over poly budget. So many of them. That just added up to be kind of a nightmare. We had to go back in and redo some of the modeling and kind of limit our use of the trees. But it turned out pretty good, I think.
Did you have to go through any kind of special...
Well, rip. Sorry about that, folks.
One of the things that's sort of interesting about this level, it's the first one that actually has a big shot to open the level. As we were developing the product, this was the first game level that
we built that had that, yeah.
Yeah, so that there's a really low camera looking up at the gate to try and give the sense that there was something very large inside, and to kind of be imposing, like the gate in the original King Kong movie.
Right.
When they get off the boat, and there are all these natives who are sort of fearing the other side of the gate, trying to get that vibe across with this initial shot. Also, one of the sort of the design goals for the level was to focus on Sly's rail run move. So there are a lot of branches that you can jump on, and feeling pretty ninja-like as you can move on these surfaces that a normal person can't. So Sly, being upgraded to the point of near Master Thief, is able to traverse the treetops in this very cool kind of anime way.
Yeah, I always thought it was really cool how he moved sort of between using his hook and his feet, and doing regular landings and sliding and running uphill. It just feels like he covers a lot of different sort of modes and the way you move through it. And I remember, actually, before we had the control scheme worked out, you had to use different buttons to land with your feet and grab with your hook, and it would just explode your mind to try and play this level because you're trying to run away from this giant snake and still remember to hit the circle for this and the square for that or whatever it was. But I just remember it being very sort of exhausting to play in its original control scheme.
Yeah, you really had to memorize the buttons.
How about the modeling on the trees? What were some of the challenges you faced?
Actually, going over poly budget was the biggest challenge, I think, because they're such cool, scary shapes. We wanted to get out of that, and to get the kind of gnarled branches that we wanted. It was easy to go over poly budget, and there's so many of them that just added up to be kind of a nightmare. We had to go back in and redo some of the modeling and kind of limit our use of the trees, but it turned out looking pretty good, I think.
Did you have to go through any kind of special rigmarole to make sure that the true gameplay path was clean? But I mean, because there are a lot of kind of side branches that don't look playable, yet they exist in the world.
Yeah, I pretty much went through the game tree by tree and placed each branch with a reason. I didn't just go in and just start speaking.
Every branch.
Every branch has a reason.
Well, that's
I mean, you can see it.
Every branch that's in the gameplay zone, right? Because I mean, there's those top branches that you can never get to.
Right. The top branches aren't too bad, but some of the branches sticking out of the side of the trunk are separate models, and I put them in there only for visual reasons, and and to get them out of the way, you know, if they were in the way of gameplay.
Right. So I had to sit here and like basically let that play out. I didn't want to miss out on the dev commentary. We covered the tour at Mickey's.
Looks like this is some kind of giant voodoo egg beater to stir up that unsanitary mess.
If I can unlock the cauldron's lid, I might be able to thrash their production and build up enough steam pressure to get launched up to Ruby's Skull Temple.
Okay, sounds like we've got a plan. To get around that thing, try moving in the shadows made by the masks so that the guards won't see you.
So this next one is the one that actually increased the age rating for this game. Yeah. There's also an achievement for this one if I can get through it without setting up any alarms or killing anything. So, I've got a challenge ahead of me, that's for sure. This level's already challenging.
Oh my god, a green waterfall overflowing with bones and body parts. I'm telling you, the health department's going to come down big time on this dope.
So it wasn't the waterfall necessarily that actually got the age rating increased. It was Bentley's comment right there, because he says, "Oh my god," which really wasn't acceptable for a kid's game. I believe it increased the age rating to 10. What happened? This level gave me a lot of trouble as a kid. But I'm patient and just try to observe my area, observe my surroundings to see what's safe, what's not safe, etc., etc. I'll be fine. I'm going to purposely leave the bottles down there, since I really don't want him to deal with the guard. Since I can't kill him. Yeah. Same with the bottles down there. I'm just going to leave the majority of the clues. I think I know where it's going to put me. I don't know if I'm still going to be able to get the achievement now, but I guess we'll see. If not, it's no big deal. I'll probably get it during my Master Thief Challenge run. I have a good path memorized. Yeah, if you look at the waterfall right there, you'll actually see the bones and body parts coming down. Gonna be a charm. Alright. Alright, so I'm somewhat close. Get what I need. Up there. At least it didn't set off the alarm. Oh, they gave me a lucky charm too to help out. That's nice. I forgot they did that in this game. I know they did it in Crash Bandicoot, just forgot they did it in this one. Okay. You know what? I'll activate the mouthpiece, like the dialogue she has after I come back, because I don't want that to be missed. So. Okay, so how do I? I think this will work, but whatever. It's doing that so I respawn. I really need to do some live farming after this level. Maybe once this episode's complete. This is probably by far the level I've done the worst on. Again, this level used to give me a lot of trouble as a kid, so... As you can see, it's kind of doing that now as an adult. Like, literally 20 years later. I'll look up a guide for it later. I don't want to waste all my lives, because one thing I will say to those who have, and I don't want to spoil anything, but people who haven't seen this game, the boss on this world is like the hardest in the game. Like, it gave me probably the most trouble out of any world, any boss, anything in this game. And I know in the Sly collection, it's even worse due to an error they made. So, yeah, I don't want to waste all my lives before that. Even though I probably don't have as much trouble as it now, now that I'm an adult. But still, it's not a good fight. It's one you can very easily screw up, pretty much. So with that said, I don't want to waste all my lives prior. I'll go for the achievement some other time, probably when I don't have to get the clues or something like that, and can have some horseshoes going into this. So, yeah, because this has already cost me like 10 lives, something like that. So. Besides, I am going to have to avoid most of this stuff when I come back for it on, during the Thief Challenge. Yeah, I probably should look up a video guide too, just to see how people get through this one without having to deal with some of the hits that I've been taking, if that's even possible. Might learn a secret that I didn't even know about. Just going back through here to get some coins. At least I got some, like, all the annoying clues, I think. That's gonna help. And hopefully the safe in this level does give something good. Something that will help out. I might know about the top part. That one guard. The only problem is the decoy takes a while to deploy, and not as long as the mine, but I don't want the guard to catch me while I'm in the middle of throwing it out, so. That might work though, but I'll have to see. I'll look at a video guide. So, regarding tomorrow, there won't be a stream. At least there probably won't be. I have work tomorrow, so... Oh, this does give me a chance to... gone ahead.
These codes are nothing before my righteous analytical ability. The combination has to be 571.
Swampy Secrets, this was the last vault in this episode.
Mind-bending. It's Matthew de la Coupeau's perpetual slow motion technique. With this move, you can slow down time whenever you want, not just while jumping. Hold down the triangle button to use it.
I do like the improvements to the move system that the games after this one made. Just not how Sly 4 did it. Sly 4 did not do it in a good way. Since, I've already done 3 time trials for this world, but honestly, I think this actually might be the final time trial, because the other 2 levels don't have a safe. Like the last 2 levels there are don't have saves, and I doubt the one of the ones I'm thinking of has a time trial, but you never know. Kind of funny that when you think about it, this world is one of the worlds, like the least, probably the world with the least amount of saves. I've gotten like what, 4 in this world alone? That's it. And then there's just the one with Ms. Ruby's has, which means that technically speaking, she probably took the least amount of the pages. Other than like maybe one other character, but yeah. That's gonna waste a ton of time. was hoping to jump away, but I didn't get a chance to. Whatever, at least I have coins to help out with this, so hopefully I'll have enough by the time I get to that area again to get a charm. Take out that guard too. I have an idea. There's one part that I've been noticing that takes a little too long in the beginning. Unfortunately, that means I don't have a lucky charm anymore. No, that was not the idea I had. The idea I had is something a little different. Oh, okay, well I didn't need to worry about it there. I was thinking that, depending on how I time that, you could go through despite being seen. I would use the roll here, but as you can see, there's not really a good place to roll anywhere in this level, too. So, I'm just thankful that this is probably the last time trial in this world. I've been finished pretty much. Slightly pacifist? What? I killed things during that run, though. You know what? I'm not gonna question it. I noticed that a similar glitch happened with, the barrel in one of the first levels of the game. Because, I got an achievement for that I didn't even realize I got. And it was basically to beat the level without using the barrel, which, if you roll back and watch footage, I did use the barrel. I used it to get through 2 of the traps, and then I tried to set it up so I could get up on top of something. Yeah. So it seems like the, Master Thief challenges seem kind of like, I don't know. devoid some of the achievements, which is nice to know, I guess. It's clearly something they overlooked.
The whole waterfalls of soup with the hands and the bones in it are very much inspired by the scene where they're going into get the or whatever. There you see this big cauldron of soup that has hands and all this gory stuff in it, and I was like, well, it's nice as in a pot, but as a waterfall, I would like it very much.
That really grosses me out.
Made me happy.
Yeah, actually, yeah, we all like.
I just thought that was your thing. I didn't realize
The
that was
grosser
an
it is, the
inspiration.
happier of Karen you are. The grosser it is.
Yes.
More chunks and bits and nibbins, ribbons and gristle.
The juicier it is.
The better.
Yeah, originally we were experimenting with how to the very first one had like the floor and the ceiling were two separate objects, and the walls were skinned between them. So when the floor, like you would jump on the floor and the floor would move around and the whole walls would stretch and distort. But
Like being on a tongue.
being on a tongue that's pulling on
Like
the
a
cheek or something,
trampoline.
right?
Yeah.
The floor was like a trampoline, and then the entryways would stretch and distort, so the actual doorways would get smaller and bigger. And
Right.
It was kind of a clever idea.
Fitting the number of smart guards in this level that we wanted was pretty difficult because these were probably the most ambitious smart guards in terms of just the number of animated pieces they had was, I think, more than we tried to put in one before, and so we ended up having to do all this clever stuff to get them all in there and get them animating like we wanted.
Really, there's the difference between like the initial texture pass in a level and when Karen has time to go in and put all these like light cobwebs and all this really nice
Atmospheric sort of stuff.
Atmospheric like texture buddies and just texture, like, kind of accessories in the world. It really makes a ton of difference. And this world really feels like it got a decent pass at that.
Yeah.
I think we really wanted this level, even the NPCs. We wanted to kind of make it a little bit more scary, and push that angle a little bit more. It's still stylized and has this animated feel, but we wanted it to be, the glowing eyes. I think Hokyo did a great job of kind of integrating all the NPCs by giving them all the same sort of glowing eyes. Yeah. And
Real consistency.
Exactly.
Sorry, everyone. I kept having to pause stop what I was doing. As you can see, like at moments I just wasn't like playing because I kept having text messages come in, ones I couldn't ignore, so I had to actually respond to them. That wasn't going to stop the commentary, so I just let it play out while I was texting. Fortunately, I didn't get to hear all the commentary, but that's fine. I can always just go back and watch the video. So. A lot of the times I can't even hear what they're saying, so because of my AC, and I don't want to turn up the TV because one, that's a pain for me to do because I don't have the remote, and the buttons for the TV on the side of the TV I can't get to, so a lot of the times I end up changing the input and stuff like that. So yeah, it sucks. Yeah, I can't find the remote. Plus, it was the remote for the previous TV I had in here. We don't have a remote for this TV, so yeah. That, and I don't want the game to be picked up on my microphone. So it's just best to keep it where it is, if possible. This one have a time trial? Nope. Okay, so we have all the time trials done in this world. That is good to know.
That vehicle seems to be outfitted with some sort of high-energy cannon. Use the left analog stick to move, and aim the right analog stick in the direction you want to shoot. That way, you can always shoot in one direction while moving in another.
The good thing is that means there's no more saves and no more keep challenges to do. It's just a matter of getting through. I do wish there was some additional depth commentary, though, to be honest with you, because I'd like to know what went into like making a level like this or Piranha. You know, the levels that don't have any commentary, probably because they don't have any sprint challenges. I do know that the next level after this one does have developer commentary that wasn't used, because there is no time trial associated with it. It's another timed level too. But yeah, there's no dev commentary with it. The next level also makes me a bit worried. Because, yeah. But as long as I keep my charms, I think I'll be good. This level is really good with those points. You're not unbreakables. That the enemies just seem to be locked. I wonder if this is the one they were talking about to kill 5 ghosts at once. Get all together. Or I could take a hit. There's that. And probably the one time I wish I'd get a hit did not cause them all to respawn. Status report. Yeah, I lost my charms for the next level, but that's fine. If anything, I do need to head back to the first world and do some live farming, so I'll get my charms there. Might get another 100. Who knows? That's right. Now I remember. I thought I was going to come off somewhere else, but probably not. I forgot that that one connects to that portion there. So, fun fact about this hub world: this is probably the only hub world in which there are two ways to access the second area. Every other hub world in this game is just the way you unlock with the keys. This one has an additional area way you can go through. Why they didn't like that? Damn it! Why they didn't like that? I don't know. Well, probably because of this infernal thing. But yeah. This is the other way in. Destroy that, and the force fields go down, and you can basically cross back between both. An even easier, straightforward way. I'm like tempted to just go in here and maybe give it a shot without it. I might get lucky, but who knows. I forget if coins spawn in this one too, so...
In here, just looking at this place has got me breaking out in hives. But we've got no choice. That ghost over there contacted me on Spectre Wave Radio, and we've cut a deal. He's promised us a key if you can whack 50 chickens. I guess he needs them to make a big pot of gumbo, but he's scared of the bob-toting roosters. Be careful, or they'll blow you to bits. Think you can do it?
I don't think coins spawn in this one. Yeah, they don't. There's no breakables, so... The chickens themselves don't drop anything like that. This is a restart level option. least with Piranha Lake, there's no instant failure condition. With this one. It also costs a life, but yeah. I feel like I can do this if I just try to type them into each other. Jump in time. Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying this one. But if I can hit the roosters, just like knock the tail. Like, I don't think that works. I can try, but I doubt it's gonna work. Yeah, it doesn't work. Happened to that chicken. I don't think I've seen that happen before. Where like they get sandwiched between the roosters and they get like launched. So I didn't think I was gonna escape from that one. That one spawned right up my ass, so. Pretty sure somewhere you could make an innuendo about whacking chickens and exploding cocks. So. Survive that, whatever. Do the chickens display anything on screen? No. Cauldron disaster. Alright, well, before we press on, I'm going to make sure I have lives. So I'm going to return to the hideout. Because this next boss is not particularly easy. Interesting that this one actually puts you like right here, like right on the boat, and not like in the area leading up to the boat. So, do some light farming. Thankfully, this hub world has 4 lives that are here. Honestly, I should have probably picked up the stray lucky charm, and then I could have gotten 100 coins, but I completely forgot to do that. Because I was thinking of doing that, but my memory, you can't compromise with it. You can't. It is literally like, oh, that's something. Oh, well, look at that. It's just literally like that. The term for it is called ADHD. And yes, I have ADHD. In fact, it should say that on the tags here. Yeah. That wouldn't have worked either if I did pick up the charm first, because I just would have gotten a blue charm, and I would have gotten a second charm. But whatever. We're just going in here for a quick second. Like literally a quick second. Just so everything here respawns. It's kind of weird how some of the music in this game is reused. Because I know the music for this level is actually reused in a later level in the game. And there was that one level in Ms. Ruby's world that had the safe house music for some strange reason. I think there is music in the soundtrack for those levels that they actually used. Like, I remember reading, there is one level, the level that reuses this level's music. Actually does have music composed for it, but it just went unused for whatever reason. Most likely due to a coding error or something. I mean, that's my guess. It happens a lot more often than you think. Where there's music that's supposed to be playing, but due to like maybe an error in like the code, it'll play music from something else, or like maybe the wrong file in the wrong location. Before we press on, I just want to do one quick thing. I want to just look at one like one small detail that I was trying to get earlier this stream, that one trophy. Shouldn't take me long, so give me just maybe 2 minutes. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, so basically the best way I read you can do it is the way I had originally. I mean, without the mine, but yeah, there's not really any other good way to do it. So you're going to have to pretty much try for that, fortunately. I want to get that done and over with before we take care of Miss Ruby, just so there's no reason to go back to Miss Ruby's world. I should have scanned some of the enemies. First two worlds, now that I have the Naki Palm upgrade, but I'll do that after. As I can hold on to my charm. Let's go like that. I believe I've gone over 25 lives this playthrough. Up as much as possible. There we go, that got it. I just want to get the extra life up on the top level. The upper level, that is. Not the topmost. There we go. Sweet. Okay. So I'm just gonna head back here for a quick moment. Seamus is ironically, well, not ironically, but it was actually a really good name for a walrus. Don't know why. Deadly with frisbees, loves horoscopes. All right then. Oh, whoops. So take the money I knocked out of you. I think there's only a few more enemies in this world you can actually spawn. Look at, so just gonna go to prowling the grounds real quick. Knowing it's half the battle, nice. I think that's the first time I've gotten over 25 lives this playthrough. Might be wrong, because the beginning of the game, I probably got up a bunch. I do know I did a lot of farming then too, but yeah, well, not really a lot of farming, and not really that any farming in general, but still, it was more over like whenever I came back to the hub world, I was like, all right, let's just grab everything. So. All right. I think we're ready for Miss Ruby. In this asinine boss fight. If you played this game, you know how this boss fight is, and you know that this boss fight is probably one of the worst in the game. Just for the mechanics. And if you played if you also played the HD collection, then you absolutely know that this boss fight is, like, in particularly ridiculous due to something that needs to be on sync being completely off sync in that version.
coming. Most distastefully bad juju.
Yeah, well, you give me the creeps too, lady. Cooking up an army of ghosts isn't a very neighborly pastime.
Oh, Sly. I see your mouth a-moving, but all I hear is blah, blah, blah. Well, if jaws need to flap, then let them flap. See you in the next world, Sly Cooper.
Come back here. You can't run away forever.
Quite true. Quite true. Why don't I have my servant Chumley escort you over here?
All right. What's the catch?
Oh, not much. Just a little game I like to play with all my annoying guests. I want to see how well you pay attention.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll unleash my mighty mojo magic upon you. If you repeat what I do, you'll dodge it just fine. If not, you'll get set.
A little voodoo Simon Says, huh? Sounds easy enough.
All right, here we go.
Some rhythm, Raccoon. But it won't help you none if you're fixing to go after Panda King. He's tough, with a capital T. If you go poking around stronghold in China, you're likely to get poked back.
Yeah, well, if he's anything like the rest of you, I think I'll manage. Ms. Ruby's section of the Thievius Raccoonus held notes from my pioneering ancestor, Slyton Common. His invisibility technique allowed him to steal from corrupt pharaohs and greedy noblemen. Right on schedule, Inspector Fox's arrival cued my exit. The production of zombies, made illegal in World Peace Accord of 1971, earned Ms. Ruby a life sentence behind bars. While the gang and I enjoyed a few weeks in the tropical sunshine, working on our tans in preparation for our next caper.
All right. It's Ms. Ruby down. Yeah, that fight, as you can see at the end there, I was having some trouble. That fight is way worse on the HD version of the game, like the PS3 and PS Vita collections, because of how, I guess the music is out of sync. I guess they forgot to sync it up properly, so it makes it harder, which, oddly enough, I remember when I originally did it, I didn't have that much of a problem with the music. It was just, I never really paid attention to the music. I just try to time the, when to hit the button. That being said, yeah, that gave me a lot of trouble as a kid. I would be so happy if I could beat that boss. And it would cost me, I'd get numerous game overs. On a very rare occasion, when you start that, start the mini game, quote unquote mini game, when you'd start it, sometimes, very rarely though, there would be an extra life on Chumley, or the turtle that brings you over there, but it wasn't often, and it wasn't really reliable. So you would sometimes get a lucky charm though, and that does help for one hit, but I mean, yeah. Whenever I got to that third part, my heart would always be beating so fast because of how anxious I am to actually would this be the one, or am I going to screw it all up? And I think that goes for everyone who's done that boss as a kid. It's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. I just got very lucky, especially since I had charms with me. If I didn't have those two charms with me, I would not have made it. So,
Travel plans to China have all been worked out.
this will be next time, which will probably be in a little while. I just have to do some things. Only I have to throw my laundry in the wash and stuff to get ready for tomorrow, but other than that, this will be in just a short while. So, until then, take care, everybody, and I'll see you next time. See you next game, everybody. See you soon.